Hello friends, this is Rahul here, and in this video we are going to take this topic further, which is the valuation of a closeout under ISDA 2002 model. We have taken a case. Although this case we have taken assuming we are in 2008. So I know and understand that we are in 2017, but we assume that we are in 2008. So what exactly has happened that this bank, we are assuming the bank is Lehman Brothers, counterparty is Google Inc., which is the largest technological company after Apple and I think after Microsoft. Deal value is $500 million, while the kind is the option contracts. Assume they have taken buy put. Deal date is 1st January 2008. That is why I told you that we are assuming this is going to be in 2008. Closeout date would be 12th September 2008 and historical date when the Lehman defaulted. Value date is 31st December 2008. So Google Inc. done a deal. Let me write here. Google Inc. done a deal with Lehman US branch. The value of the deal was $500 million. And assuming the buy put rate, assuming they sold dollar and bought Philippines peso, okay, and assuming the buy put rate was 51, without going this was in the money or out of the money or what, assuming the strike rate was 51. So let me draw out our timeline here. This is deal date. Which is 1st January 2008. Since we are going one level back. This is maturity date or value date in our foreign exchange language, which is 31st December 2008. All of a sudden on 12th September, you are getting a news that Lehman defaulted. Sorry, not on 12th, say on 13th, assuming 12th here. 12th, you are getting a news that the Lehman defaulted. Google sold $500 million to Lehman. Now what Google is going to do? Google is gone because they already hashed their position. In this position, there would be some mark to market, or it would be a positive mark to market or a negative mark to market that we are going to discuss, of course. This is assuming is September, which I'm doing round, which is closeout date. And closeout date is 12th of September 2008. In this date, Google will contact Lehman Brothers and will say that I need to do two things. Number one, I will do close, then I will do out. Total is known as closeout. I need to close the deal, which we already have, and I need to get whatever valuation which we have today. You give me my valuation and I will cancel out the deal. But this is the most trickiest part of the game for Google also and for Lehman Brothers, because this bank has already been defaulted as a whole. So either the deal which has been done with the Lehman US, Lehman Europe, Lehman Denmark, Lehman London, Lehman Sweden, Lehman India, Lehman China, wherever the bank has defaulted. The bank is gone now. Whom to contact, whom not to contact. People not picking up the phone, traders are not settling the deals, there is nothing, they are just selling. And for more, refer a Hollywood movie which is Margin Call. Now in this, Google will go to court according to the international standard documentation, which is known as ISDA Master Service Agreement 1992. Because by that time I'm talking about, ISDA was having a document which is 1992. 2002 just came up. So henceforth ISDA Master Service Agreement 2002. Some people might also refer this as a ISDA Master Netting Agreement 1992. In this, ISDA will ask three questions about the valuation. Is the deal is L1, which is level 1, which means that 100% observable data and 0% non-observable data. L2, which is greater than or equals to 99% observable data, less than or equals to 1% non-observable data, and L3, let me write here, which is 0% observable data and 100% non-observable data. This is referred to as Mark II market, which is MTM. This is referred to as Mark II matrix, which is again MTM, and this is refers to as Mark II model, which is also MTM. When the valuer will come, valuer will see that this option is a very plain vanilla instrument, which is nothing but a buy put. Buy put means Google has sold $500 million to Lehman US and the strike price was 51. It means that on December 31st, December 2008, based upon the New York cut, not on 31st, 29th December 2008, based upon the Tokyo cut, if everything go in the right direction, they would be able to settle it if the Tokyo cut will go in their favor. If the Tokyo cut is not going in their favor, they will let it worthless. For that, they already paid the premium. And here we are not discussing how they paid the premium, whether it is in the money, it is out of the money, or at the money. We are here discussing about the valuation of a closeout. Now the point is, here it's clear understanding that this is L1. Now the valuer will calculate the mark to market value. And in this mark to market value, assuming the buy put valuation based upon the Black-Scholes model is the mark to market is coming out to be $185 million. That $185 million has to be taken by up by Microsoft from Lehman. But again, there is a scene here. The scene is that Lehman has already defaulted. It has already filed for Chapter 11. Now, whom to contact and whom not to contact. So they will go to the federal court. And the supporting document would be ISDA, which is International Stocks and Derivative Association. Under ISDA MNA, which is Master Netting Agreement, or MSA, which is Master Service Agreement 1992, they would be able to produce the valuation report, which stands at roughly $185 billion, and that has to be paid up by the Lehman US. And the deal will settle on 12th September 2008. The biggest problem which will happen for Microsoft is that Microsoft has already hedged the position at 51, and assuming that at the time of the valuation of the deal, this option was either in the money or this option was either deep in the money. In that sense, Microsoft would be in trouble because the deal has already been settled by $150 million, because to value the deal, you need to go from buy put to sell put on the other side of the game. The deal has already been settled, but what about the re-hedge? Microsoft need to take up a call on the re-hedge. And since it is in the money, it effectively meant that the current rate is much lower than 51. It means that the re-hedging cost would be on the head of the Microsoft. The loss of the re-hedging is not going to be compensated by the Lehman US, and this is the biggest issues which we have in the closeout. This issue was very aggregated during 2008 when Lehman defaulted, and interbank players complained that we have taken a huge re-hedge or the interbank position based upon Lehman, and since this bank has defaulted, now how we are going to get it up. And this problem will further aggregate once you are at either L2 or L3. And especially in case of L3, the valuation will happen from loss method, and here it will happen from set off method. Here the scene would be little difficult, because in a loss method it is highly subjective. In a set off method, this is all about interest rate swaps. This is all about, we would like to discuss about how the valuation of the closeouts is happening. Valuation of a closeout is always very subjective in nature. it might come either way. It might come either way, and we need to be very much precautious about that. We now, of course, regulatory is very tight. After Lehman, they are going ahead with the CV, lot of regulatory compliances, which is CVA, credit valuation adjustment, DVA, debit valuation adjustment, FVA, funding valuation adjustment, and a lot of valuation adjustment, they are coming up. Basel 3 is also getting stringent every second day. It is good that these things are coming, but of course there are still a lot of debatable issues which we have as far as the Basel 3 is concerned, as well as the banks agreement to adhere to Basel 3 is concerned. This is about the video. In case you wanted to talk to us, our website is www.treasuryconsulting.in. Our mobile is 9899242978. My Skype ID is Rahul5327. My email is rahul.magan@treasuryconsulting.in. Thank you very much and have a wonderful time ahead.